Today we're actually going to be doing something very different on the channel. We actually did get a full DMA setup sponsored by lmarketdma.com. Same people over at lmarket.net who sell cheats for all of your favorite games that do not require DMA. If you guys do want to purchase your DMA products, head over to the link down below. Like I said, they sell DMA products. The actual kit that I'm reviewing today is going to be the Captain DMA 35T with the KM Box plus the Fuser. This is the exact same kit that I'm using today. I'm just going to do a setup guide for you guys, show you guys how to purchase, get it up and running, and that's it. You guys have to buy your DMA products, obviously, and then a firmware. The firmware is basically what hides the DMA card from showing up as a DMA card. So basically, it'll hide as like a network interface card. But this is going to be the one I'm using, UghLuciano's Counter-Strike 2. There you guys go, DMA Card, Fuser, KM Box. Basically, these are linking to the products which you guys will need. As you guys can see, you guys can use my discount code Luciano to save yourself a discount. All of the products which they sell are genuine. As you guys can see, this is the exact box I have. None of it is counterfeit. You guys have to be careful with buying DMA products. Don't buy fake DMA cards because they are shit. But you're gonna get a card that looks just like this. This is basically what it's gonna look like. You guys have a little thermal pad as well, little blue thermal pad. But basically this thermal pad, you're gonna put it right on this chip right here, this big chip. You're also gonna get this in the box as well. This is what a Fuser is. It basically is what puts your ESP on your main monitor, or output. And then on the other side, as you guys can see, it also has input. Alrighty guys, so you guys also have your KM box here, which is basically what masks your aimbot, as you guys can see on both cameras. You guys also get your remote here if you guys want to change the channels. You got your bracket to actually mount it inside your computer. I will show you guys how to actually assemble that in just a second. And then lastly, you have your heatsink. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and install this heatsink. Now in the video, they line it up on here. There's actually a little bump out in this corner, as you guys can see right here. This is where you guys are gonna put that thermal pad and literally just line it up. So we're gonna go ahead and take it off. Like I said, it's gonna go like this. So we're gonna put it right here. Oops. Go ahead and line it up as best. Yeah, you can move it. All right. Now your card is gonna go like this. But don't forget that you need to put this piece on. Just like that. You're gonna go ahead and get a screwdriver. We're gonna start in the top left. That's basically it. That's your DMA card right there, as you guys can see, with it fully assembled. Sometimes the update port is actually called a JTAG port. Pardon the dust on the actual computer, but now you guys are going to want to power cycle. So you're going to go to your power button here, and you're going to just basically press it a few times to make sure that you actually get all of the juice out of the computer. Alrighty guys, as you guys can see, there's 3 different slots we can choose from. We got 1, 2, and 3. You guys can use any one that you want for the DMA card. It basically supports all of those. Alrighty, as you guys can see, we're taking that bracket out. Just like that. And then you're going to grab your DMA card and basically slide it into this slot. You're going to line these 2 prongs up with the actual prongs on the motherboard. DMA card is successfully installed in the slot. Now we do have to actually finish up and install that screw to actually make sure that it's in there correctly. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, this is it fully installed right here. We're going to go ahead and box this back up, and we are going to go back on our regular camera. So the top port is going to be your data one. This is basically the port that you're going to use all the time. And then the bottom one is going to be your JTAG/update port. So to actually get firmware onto this to begin with, you're going to have to plug in the USB-C cable into the second port down below, which is going to be the update/JTAG port. So you're going to go ahead and plug that in for now. As you guys can see, you're going to have a regular USB cable now, which is basically the other side of this USB-C cable. And this one you're going to plug into your second computer. And that is the DMA card in the same computer. Like I said, in today's video, we are going to be showing you how to flash your DMA, how to install the firmware. So basically, once you guys install the card, which you guys saw in part 1 of this video, you guys also have to prepare your BIOS. Before you do any firmware stuff, make sure you guys open up the BIOS on your gaming computer, which is where your DMA card is installed. And you guys have to disable the following settings, okay? On Intel, it's going to be disable VT/D. In my case, it is going to be an Intel CPU, so I'm going to have to disable VT/D. which is in some cases virtualization, and sometimes it's also two separate things. So make sure you look for virtualization or VT/D. You can always ask ChatGPT and then say, how do I disable VT-D on my motherboard? And it should be able to help you based on looking through Google and the forums. AMD, it's going to be IOMMU. Now I'm going to display how to do this very shortly. I'm going to have to switch cameras and I'll show you guys how to do that. And then also add the following registry things here. So you're going to open up Windows PowerShell. So all you do is type in PowerShell. You're going to run as administrator. You're going to hit enter. You're going to hit yes on that prompt. And we're going to go ahead and paste the registry key. We're going to hit enter. Boom. Completed successfully. You're going to also copy this one right here. We're going to go ahead and paste that as well. So if you guys type in the second command, which it tells you to do on clutchsolution.com, this is basically the same guide I'm going over, but in video format. So you're going to enter in this last command here. And basically, if you enter it and you get an error that looks just like this, that means that your memory compression is already disabled and everything is working as expected. Now you are going to want to restart your computer one more time. So I'm going to go ahead and restart my computer. I'm going to hop in the BIOS and show you guys how to actually turn off VT-D for your Intel CPU. AMD, you might have to look it up because I don't have an AMD CPU. Alrighty guys, following our previous step here, we are in our BIOS on our gaming computer. So what we're going to want to do is open up advanced mode, which is F7 on your keyboard. You're going to click that or press F7. Okay. Once you get to this step, you're going to go to advanced, at least on this motherboard. We're going to hit advanced. Alrighty guys, once you get here, you're going to go to system agent, aka configuration. We're going to double click. And then you have VT/D right here, as you guys can see, VT/D. You're going to want to click this and hit disabled. Boom. Okay. You're going to go back to easy mode right here. And you're going to save and exit or press F10 on your keyboard. It's going to say VT enabled to disabled. You're going to hit OK. And basically, you're going to let your computer restart. Alrighty guys, we're logging into our DMA computer, or the second computer, which is the computer that does not have the DMA card. So basically, to sum it up, the computer we game on has the DMA card in it. It's got the USB-C cable plugged into the update port / JTAG port, and that's connected to the computer right above me, which you guys should be able to see momentarily. Alrighty guys, so say you buy the exact same firmware as me over at lmarketdma.com. It's going to be the Clutch Solutions 1-to-1 firmware. You guys are going to have to actually open up a ticket in the Clutch Solutions member Discord once you purchase. Now it's going to look just like this. You're going to open up a ticket, solution emulated 1-to-1 firmware, and then I just put how do I get it. So basically their main guy is going to get in contact with you, okay? And this is a picture that I said I would put on screen. Basically, to get your DNA ID, you're going to have to run this installer on the second PC, which is the one that you guys are looking at right now. The second PC is the one that does not have the DMA card in it, but it has the DMA card USB that's in the update port that's going to it. So basically, you're going to open up this installer. You're going to select option 3 on it. So I'm going to go ahead and open that for you. Okay, that is opening. So you're going to do option 3. So we're going to press 3 on our keyboard. We're going to hit enter. Boom. Okay, now it says 5 to read your DNA, and you're going to select your model. So basically, this depends on what card you have. Now, if you guys bought a 35T from DMA Captain, you know, the same one that I'm using in today's video, you're going to press 1 on your keyboard. You're going to hit enter. Boom, there you guys go. And then it's going to say instructions before start. Plug the USB cable into the JTAG/update port and the other end into your second PC, which is what I just mentioned. So make sure that's in the right port or it's not going to read. So now it's going to say driver installation required. Do you want to install this? You're going to press Y on your keyboard. You're going to hit enter. Now, if you do not see the quad one, as you guys can see, it says if you see like the FTDI super speed FI FO bridge, that means that you connected it into the data port instead of the update port. So you guys are going to have to switch that out. And then, as you guys can see, it says make sure the driver where the arrow is pointing says Win USB, which is right here. See that says Win USB. That's correct. And then basically, you're just going to press reinstall driver right here. And that's basically going to do the work for you. Once you guys do complete that, you're going to press Y on your keyboard. It's going to read your DNA. And as you guys can see, it's going to say copy and paste this in your ticket as text, not a screenshot. And this is basically how they will create the firmware for you. So basically, once you guys send them that code, he's gonna actually make your one-to-one firmware. As you guys can see, he's gonna tell you what device that it's gonna be under, and then he's gonna send you the bin file, which is the file that you need. So once you guys do install this firmware, you're gonna have to restart the computer with the DMA card in it. Fully restart it. Honestly, you could even power cycle it to be sure. And also make sure you save your firmware somewhere else, like, I don't know, on a flash drive, Google Drive, something like that, because they do not keep storage of this because it's one-to-one. I mean, you bought it, you should keep it. It's your firmware. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna install this. So on this screen, we're gonna go back. We're gonna type B, go back. Make sure you guys do have your bin, which is basically the actual firmware installed. I just put it in the downloads folder, and the same folder where the installation, exe is. We're gonna go ahead and close this. Okay, we're gonna go back over to the installer. We're gonna press 3 on our keyboard. It's gonna say put your firmware in this folder, and we're gonna drag this into here. You guys can see we put it right in that folder, and now we're gonna go ahead and X this out. Okay, we're gonna head back over to the installer, and now you do have to select your actual model number. So we are using a chip, 35T chip. Okay, as you guys can see, we're using a Captain model. So that's gonna fall under category number 1. So we're gonna type 1, we're gonna hit enter. Plug in the USB cable into the update, config, or JTAG port on your DMA card, and the other end into the secondary PC, which I already mentioned. You guys should already have this done. Okay, so it's gonna say driver installation required again. We're gonna press yes. Okay, so when it asks, do you want to run Zadig, yes or no? You can press no, because we already did this previously. So it says, do you want to continue? We're gonna press Y, and we're gonna hit enter. Okay, it's gonna flash our DMA card right now. Okay, it looks like it worked. Flash completed successfully. And then you're gonna press and hold your power button for 15 seconds to basically get any residual power out of your system. You basically have to wipe it clean. You have to make sure there's zero power running through the system. And then basically you're gonna reconnect it. You're gonna power the computer back up again, and then you're gonna run the Clutch DMA tool to test out to see if everything worked correctly. So basically I'm recording off of that computer. So I'm gonna turn this one off. This is the exact same computer that has your DMA card in it. So basically turn it off like I showed you previously. Press the little switch on your power supply, unplug it, and then press and hold the power button a few times. So I'll be right back when that's completed. Alrighty guys, this is what your Fuser looks like. You have input 1 and input 2. Flipping that around, you have your output 1 and output 2. So like I was saying, input 1 is gonna go to your second PC, which is the PC that's running your cheats. The DMA card is not in there. We're gonna go ahead and connect that. And then input 2 is going to go into your main gaming computer. We're going to go ahead and plug that one in. Okay, so that's basically where we're at so far. You're going to plug in your power and then connect one of these into your main monitor. So I'll be right back. As you guys can see, this is the Fuser completely set up. As you guys can see, the two PCs are plugged into the input, and then that output HDMI is plugged into your main monitor. We are now going to be going over the install for your KM box. As you guys can see, this is the KM box. We're going to get it set up first, and then we're going to show you guys how to actually flash the firmware to update it. So starting off, you guys are going to connect your secondary PC USB cable into the top, and then you're going to get your gaming PC USB, and you're going to plug that directly into the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. Alrighty guys, like I said before, your secondary PC is going to be in the top left, your gaming PC is going to be on the bottom left, and your mouse would be in the top right. They do have symbols on the actual card itself that show you this. So we're going to get this set up, and then basically when you flash, you are going to unplug both USBs from your computers, and the secondary PC is going to get plugged into the gaming PC slot on the bottom. So basically you're going to take the top USB cable, and you're going to plug it into the bottom, which basically is what is powering the KM box, because you don't want to flash on your regular computer for privacy and security reasons. I'll explain more in a little bit, but for now we're going to go into our secondary computer, and we're going to show you guys how to actually set this up correctly. We're going to go into our view network connections on our secondary computer. This is the same exact computer which we were using previously. As you guys can see, you're going to see Ethernet 2, unidentified network adapter. You're going to go to properties. You're going to turn off IPv6, and then you're going to go to IPv4 here. You're going to go to properties, hit use the following IP address. You're going to type in 192.168.2.100. And then it's automatically going to put your gateway 255.255.255.0, which is a Class C address. And that's basically because it's a 192 network. All right, so like I said, your IP address is going to be 192.168.2.100. And then your subnet mask is going to be 255.255.255.0. You're going to hit OK here. You're going to hit close. And that's basically all you're going to do to set up your KM box. Okay, that's all set up for you. Alrighty, guys, as you guys can see, this is the KM box, how we just had it set up in the last clip. So now you're going to have to unplug both of these USBs. So we're going to start off with the bottom one. We're going to unplug the bottom, which is your main gaming computer. Okay, now this is your secondary computer on top. You're going to move the secondary USB down below just for this clip, because this is how you're going to actually flash it. Alrighty, guys, so you're at this step right now, and you're going to have to find something that's flat. So we're going to go ahead and use this tool right here. This actually came with my screwdriver kit. On your KM box, there's a little opening, right? You're going to have to push it through. There's going to be a piece of plastic on it first. You're going to have to pry the piece of plastic off. And that little button right there is basically how you flash it to update it. So you're going to get something like that's flat like this. And what you're going to have to do is push that button down. You're going to have to hold it down like that. And then you're going to plug in the bottom USB cable right here. All right, let me reiterate. So this little hole right here, you're going to hold down. So I'm going to get like this. You can see I'm holding that button down. And then your secondary PC, and you're going to plug it into the bottom left of the KM box. As you can see, it's going to start flashing blue and have a white screen. That basically means that it's in update mode and that you flashed basically the firmware that's on it. So now I'm going to head over to my secondary PC monitor, and I'm going to show you guys how to actually update the firmware on the KM box. So basically what I did is I went to KMBOX.top. I went to Documents and Firmwares. I went to Firmware for the net because that's what I'm using. You download the latest firmware, and then you download the upgrade tools. Now, this is the firmware, the .bin, and then these are the update tools. So first off, you're going to double-click this. You're going to basically install the driver. I agree. Next. Install. You're going to let that do its thing, and you're going to basically finish. Boom. All right, we're going to hit OK. Alrighty, at this point, you guys downloaded the driver. Alrighty. So you're going to open up the second file. You're going to double-click that. Okay. You're going to click tar file. You're going to hit select file. You're going to go in the bottom right where it says hex. You're going to press bin. You're going to go to wherever your file is. Mine's on the desktop, kmbox.net.bin. We're going to go ahead and hit open. Then we're going to press program. And basically, it's going to do its thing. As you guys can see, it says erase flash success. And now it's going to write your newest flash, which basically means that it's updating for you. There you guys go. Now it says success to IAP download, no USB found. Please check if it's in IMAP mode. Basically, it is done with its install. As you guys can see, it's in the latest firmware now from 3.6.2025. That's basically how you update the KM box, and it is all set to go. Now, like I said previously, the secondary PC should be on the top, and right now it's on the bottom because that's what we had to do to flash it. So we're going to go ahead and unplug this. Your secondary PC cable is going to go on top. Then your gaming PC is going to go on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and connect that real quick. Alrighty, so that's actually all set for you guys. We're going to double check on our actual computer. And with that being said, you guys can plug your mouse in on the top right if you guys would like to do so. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's now how we got our DMA card set up, the firmware set up, the Fuser set up, and now lastly the KM box is all set up. You guys follow the network settings, you guys should be all set to go. I will redo the network settings to show you guys how to do it one more time, in case you guys forgot, or you guys skipped right past it. The IP address should be 192.168.2.100, and the subnet mask should be 255.255.255.0. Alrighty guys, now we're on to actually installing the UghLuciano CS2 cheat. So basically, this is the cheat, okay? And it's going to use the same installer as before if you guys are using their firmware. So if you guys are watching my video and you guys bought their firmware, I'd assume you're using the same thing. So you're going to basically open up this installer, and you're going to wait for that to load. Once you get here, you're going to press 2, and you're going to hit enter to install the UghLuciano, and it's going to do all that for you. It's going to bring you to this website. You're going to go to launch, and you're going to hit start Counter-Strike 2. You're going to hit that check mark and hit open. Basically going to press yes on that prompt. Wait for that to load. Basically going to download all of your updates and whatnot. and it's going to do all that wizardry behind you. And then you're going to go back to the config section here for Counter-Strike 2. You're going to hit use DMA. You're going to press Fuser. You do have to wait for this to load first. 1 second. As you guys can see, game not running yet because our game is not running yet. So we actually have to go on our main computer in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and hit refresh here. And once it works, we're going to hit display. There we go. Then we're going to go to aim. Or we're going to go to input mode. We'll do KMBOX net. We're going to type in the IP directly on the KM box. So it's going to be 192.168.188.8192. This could differ for you, as well as a UUID. Okay, we're going to do that. Enter. And that's basically how that works. Turn your aimbot on. Yeah, we'll use alt. Why not? We'll use a delay of 0. We'll use a recoil script as well. And visuals, we'll turn on ESP. And we're just going to leave that default. We're going to save. And let's turn on sound ESP as well. Oh, I think it's basically waiting for our game. So we're going to go ahead on our main PC. Alrighty, guys. I finally got everything working. You guys have to make your wallpaper on your second PC black, by the way. You guys have to go to your display settings up here. Basically, to fix it is you have to set your display to duplicate these displays before it's going to be set on extend. Once you guys do that, you guys also have to set your display wallpaper is black. So if you go to your wallpaper section under personalization, you go to background, just do solid color and select black. Basically what you do there is you're going to close that out. You're going to open up the website for the cheat, which is going to be Clutch Solutions, as you guys can see. Now to start, you guys are going to go to the config section here, and you're going to check under main, use DMA. You're going to select your display, and then lastly, you're going to select your KM box. You're going to type in the IP for the KM box. You're going to type in the port, as well as the UUID, which can all be found on the physical KM box. So if I focus for you right there, if the camera wants to focus, that would be great. Okay, so there it focuses. As you guys can see, you basically type those numbers into the website. And basically what you're going to do then is you're going to go back up to your secondary computer where the actual cheat is running. You're going to hit launch. You're going to hit start. And basically, you're going to hit yes on this prompt. And it's basically going to do a bunch of wizardry in the background, as you guys can see. Alrighty, once again, I'm going to reiterate ESP's working. My game is down below. I'm going to get my little remote here. As you guys can see, this comes with your Fuser. And basically, I'm going to press auto. Alrighty, guys. As you guys can see, the ESP is actually working on my main computer. This is it right above on the secondary PC. Like I said, this is my gaming PC. We're going to go ahead and focus. We're going to go ahead and walk. Boom. As you guys can see, that is how DMA works. And if I hold Alt and I peek him, the trigger bot will work. I'm going to mount my camera up for a few minutes, and I'm going to show you guys how this actually works. As you guys can see, the ESP is working. I'm going to hold Alt for my trigger bot, and it's going to start shooting. We're going to use a deagle, hold Alt. We're going to peek. Oh. Now, by no means is this going to be perfect, as my top monitor is 1080p and the bottom's 4K, and the Fuser supports only like 60 Hz for 4K. That's why it's going to be a little bit laggy on my end. But if you guys are rocking 1080p or 2K monitors, you guys should be all set. And I mean, this is DMA cheating. It's literally running through your other computer. You literally will never get back banned ever. And it's probably the safest way to cheat on your main. So if you guys want to buy it, like I said, check out lmarketdma.com. Thank you, LMarket, for supplying me with the DMA setup. And, you know, if you guys want to see more content with this DMA kit, let me know down below. If you guys want to... But honestly, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.